Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Wolf. I'm going to be going over the course selection process for the 2021-2022 school year. This is great for a student that needs to rehear this information or for a student that maybe missed that class presentation when the counselors went into English classes. So here's the rundown. Students are going to be entering their course selection in the Google Forms per their grade level. And these forms are going to be found in the grade level Google Classroom. So freshmen are in the class of 2024 Google Classroom, sophomores are in the class of 2023 Google Classroom, and juniors are in the class of 2022 Google Classroom. Students need to be enrolled in 6 classes. There's also the unassigned periods for seniors, and it's either periods 1 or 6. We do ask your preference, but we can't guarantee that would be the class that you would have unassigned, and that won't be determined until we have the master schedule completed. So freshmen that are going to be 10th grade students next year, you will automatically be enrolled in English 10. So you'll notice you don't have a question for which English class you would want to take. Counselors will review student selections and will contact and reach out to students if there are any questions. Of course, students, we ask that you reach out to us if there are any questions or anything that you need clarification on as we go through this process. So this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to be hearing this presentation, viewing this slide deck. You can also review it in Google Classroom. Counselors are going to start visiting classes January 28th, and we will be visiting classes for the next 3 weeks or so. This presentation is going to be in your class of Google Classroom and on the school website, and the course request form will also be in your class of Google Classroom. So we want you to research your courses, think about what you want to take, speak to your teachers, your counselors, your guardians, your friends, check out the course catalog, know which classes need applications, and then you're going to enter your courses on this Google form. It's super simple. You're going to be selecting which classes you want to take, which math class you want to take, if you want to take AP Lang or regular English 11, what pathway class you want to take, what your next class is in your pathway. It's very easy. We've really tried to make it easy for you guys to pick your classes. And you will also be giving at least 3 or 4 alternates on the Google form. It's really important that you put in alternate classes that you would want to take should something not work out with one of your first choice classes. Finally, you're going to be updating your classes that you plan to take in your academic planner in the California Colleges website. We had you guys do this over the winter break, so hopefully you added your classes into your academic planner in California Colleges, and now we want you to add the classes that you plan to take next year, add that to your planner as well. The deadline to enter your course selections is Friday, February 12th. We will be turning off the Google form, and we ask that all students have their course selections entered by Friday, February 12th. Going over some of the graduation requirements and our A to G requirements here. Social studies, you need 3 years. English, you need 4 years. Math, you need 3 years, though students take 4 years of math. A lab science, you're going to need 2 years. A life and a physical. World language, you need 2 years of the same language or equivalent of year 2 or higher. We have our visual performing arts. We also have the college prep elective. We have PE, so 2 years is needed. So 4 semesters, with one of those semesters being applied fitness concepts. And then we also have our electives. So 40 credits of elective classes, 40 credits of electives are needed to graduate. And on this side right here, we have the A to G requirements. The A to G requirements are very similar to our graduation requirements. As long as students are passing their classes with C's or better, counselors are ensuring that students are meeting A to G requirements, and that we are ensuring students are scheduled in the correct classes to meet their post-high school goals and what they want to do after high school. So math. Students need to be enrolled in a math class, as I said, so make sure to select one. The final math placement will be based on teacher recommendation. A lot of the times, students pick a class, and most of the time the teachers recommend that same class. We do need to get teacher recommendation. Another option is the MiraCosta dual enrollment math class. And that should also be discussed with your counselor. There's a box in a question in the Google form that you can check if you're interested in not only our math dual enrollment, but any of our dual enrollment classes. So the pathway courses. These next few slides are going to go over the next course in our pathways, our academies that are recommended for students to take. I'm going to just kind of go over them very quickly because you can view this slide deck on your own. I won't spend too much time. So first we have our arts, digital media, and design pathway. So the next class after photography, students can take either graphic design or they can take TV, film, and video. And then after graphic design, the next class you would take would be 3D animation. If you decided to go into photography and then TV, film, and video, the next class you would take would be broadcasting. We have our art classes after Art 1. If you decide you want to go into ceramics, or Art 2. Woodworking, we have Woodworking 1 and we also have Woodworking 2. In our Environmental Innovation Academy, after green technology, students are going to be taking energy environmental design. Students that are in the engineering design class, we ask that you take physics before you take the civil engineering architecture class. Students that are in AOJ, your next class is either going to be psychology or AP psychology. Your sophomore year, you can take forensics your junior year, and then that next class, your senior year, is going to be foundations of law enforcement. Some students can take both psychology and forensics either together during their sophomore or their junior year. I think the main idea is that foundations of law enforcement is typically a senior class. Freshmen that are in medical terminology, the next class you're going to take is kinesiology. Your junior year, you're going to take medical assisting. And then your senior year, you can choose either clinical assisting or first responder, or you can take both of those classes. Child development, after you take child development 1, you're going to take child development 2, which is the internship. And then after the careers and education class, you can go into the teach to learn class. Dual enrollment, I touched on this with the math, but these are college classes taken at OHS with other high school students at no cost. So you earn not only high school credit, which is weighted, you also earn college credit at the same time. So you want to make sure that you check that box on your Google form. We've offered a variety of classes. We offer math classes, we've offered counseling 100, Italian culture, sociology. We have a music class coming up this spring. A lot of cool classes that students can take to earn those credits for, like I said, high school and college credit. Last, we have the graduating with honors. So if this is something, and this is a goal that you have, you want to make sure you check out these new requirements beginning with the class of 2021, which is the end of the first semester of your senior year. You need to make sure that you have the 4 AP or community college classes with grades C or higher, and you need a 1 English class, 1 math class or science, and then 2 other classes. 50 hours of community service. You need to have a GPA at the end of your 7th semester, which is the end of the fall of your senior year, so that first semester of your senior year, and then an autobiographical essay. Last, this is where the Google Forms are going to be. You can click on these forms for your grade level, and this is what they look like. So you make sure you're on the right one. And they'll also be available in Google Classroom as well. Lastly, this slide also includes counselor email. So if you were to click on this, you can easily email the counselor. And this is also our alphabet breakdown in some of the special programs that us counselors have. Again, the last day for students to enter their courses, select their courses in the Google form, is February 12th. Any incomplete course selection will be your counselor picking your class for you based on what classes are open, what classes need to have seats, and what classes you need for graduation. These are the Google Classroom codes. If you're seeing this presentation, you probably already in Google Classroom, but just in case this makes it outside of Google Classroom, these are the classroom codes that we are asking students to join for their grade level. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.